Right, first up is stables with larger pastures. This is by NGN624, 17.18 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu and under animals and a few different sections. So we got first up, we got under cows. Now what these are the base game ones, just slightly bigger. So that all the actions are going to be the same. The input area is going to be the same. The only difference is the pastures out the back are larger for the animals to run around in. So we've got the large cow barn there. Now this is going to hold 105 cows for you. That's going to cost you 548.5 grand to buy. We then got the second one, which is the cow barn large with feeding robot. So that's going to also hold 105 cows. It's going to cost you 752 grand. Then we'll come up to the next one, which is under pigs, and that's going to cost you 194 grand. It's going to hold 300 pigs. Then we'll come along to the sheep, so we'll go up to that one like that. 137 grand to buy, 130 sheep going in there. And the last one in this pack is under chickens, and that's going to cost you 99 grand. That's going to hold 500 chickens. Now obviously with this, the usual shenanigans on the go where you put stuff in, take stuff out, it takes the fences away as well, which is ace. So what we'll do, we'll go down this side and we'll chuck a load of cows in. So obviously the feeding areas are the same as the base game ones. So if you've used them before, you know all that's going on. So we'll click on that. We'll put a load of cows in. We'll put 60 in to start with, like that. There you are. Out in the field. Obviously normally on the cow barn, it'd be sort of like here, that the fence ends. You'd have that sort of square area there, but it goes all the way out down here, which is ace. I mean, you'll see where the grass is on the gravel. That's how far it comes out, which is very nice indeed. I mean, the same on the robot one. Obviously, the pigsty is a little bit smaller, and then the sheep pen and the chicken coop down the end are a little bit smaller as well. But if you want a bigger area for your cows to have a little run around in, these are very nice. Right, next up is Pallet Factory. This is by Ershaber VSR Modding Sur, 1.98 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in the construction menu, and the first part is under productions and factories. So we'll scroll along to find it. There we are. So it's going to cost you 25 grand. The input's going to be wood, and you're going to get pallets and wood chips out. And the second part is this building here. So this is under selling points. So we'll scroll back along for that. There we are. 4 grand to place down. Obviously this is where you're going to sell the pallets that the production chain makes. So you've got your pallet spawn point there. So we'll click on that. The pallet spawn point, production chain menu there. So 15 wood in, you get 10 pallets out and 0.4 litres of wood chips out. Then you got your loading in point there and your sell wood icon, and there's your pallet spawn point. Dear, oh dear, they're not going to spawn over there. That's how you get into the menu. It's a pallet spawn point there. So obviously once they're all made, you then pick them up, well, with a forklift truck or whatever, and then you bring them over here, sell them off. So we'll go into the shop menu actually. Let's see how much pallets are actually selling for. We'll scroll down to the bottom and find them, because that'll be interesting actually, because there you are, 2,600. What's that compared with furniture? And furniture is like 6.5 grand. Well, it's something different, mind you. I mean, if there's more mods that come out that actually require pallets, because there's a map that we had the pallet factory on, that you had to actually make pallets for all the different factories on the map. So if they bring out more mods that need a pallet itself, then you could do this along with it. Ooh, very interesting. Right, next up is Simple Diesel Tank. This is by BK Mods, 4.68 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and containers. There it is, 5.5 grand to buy. It says it's going to hold 25,000 litres of diesel, which is very nice. You come up to the spanner, you buy it in. Yes, thank you very much. There you are, full tank. Then you pull your vehicle to the side by this icon there, fill it all up. It's even got the danger sign. Diesel fuel. No smoking. If you need something for your farm though. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is Modern Sugar Factory. This is by Namog Mod, 6.2 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and on the productions and factories, as you may well have guessed. So we'll scroll along to find it. There we are. 70 grand to place down. Obviously, it's a sugar mill, as the name would suggest. You've got big silos. little shed here, although you can't get into it. So you come over here, that's where you load your stuff in. Got your production chain menu there. So you're going to do sugar beet cut, and sugar cane. Now they look the same sort of recipes as before. The difference is, mind you, because this is the modern sugar beet factory, the modern sugar factory. If you've seen the other modern versions, I think it's the grain mill that came from Namog mod, it doubles the capacity. So you got 24,000 cycles there for the sugar beet. You got 9,600 for the sugar beet cut, and then 24,000 for the sugar cane. That's double what the standard base game was. So that is ace. Obviously you want to get some sugar on the quick, put one of these down, and then once it's done, there's your pallet spawn point. Oh, that's alright. Sugar fast. Very nice. Alright, next up is Bunker Silo Small. This is by Team JZD and Vid Hostis. 2.73 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and silos. So we'll go into there and we'll scroll along a little to find it. There we are. 25 grand. Obviously, this is going to be doing for making some silage. So you bang your chaff in and away you go. Obviously, fill it up. There's no indicator on how much it's going to hold in here, mind you, but it is fairly big, mind you. It says small. It's quite wide. Which is alright. Can you even get on top of it? Oh, that's alright. Yeah, you got some silage you want to get doing. Very nice. Right, next up is German Fire Station. This is by NRX Eki. 37.02 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it in the construction menu and under buildings and tools. So we'll scroll back along. There it is. 220 grand to place down. Obviously, this for aesthetics, really. Although you could use it as a bit of a garage, to be fair. So we'll come over here. We've got a little open the gate like that. Got a little workshop area in there. Just come up here, hit your spanner icon. Job's a good one. There's a couple of different ways you can go into. So you can go into here, and this is your main area. And we'll come over here, open up all these doors like that, and that one, and that one. So obviously you park your vehicles in here. We can come over here, open up that door. Little locker room. Oh no, I'm stuck on the door. There you are. Little locker room. We come out the back here. That goes upstairs. So obviously there's a workshop there. Little door to the outside. Come upstairs here now. Through that door. You've got a bit of a landing. Bit of storage up here. I'm assuming that's going to be sand. Yeah, they place stuff down like that, don't they? So can we jump over there? No, we've got to come back down the stairs, haven't we? Dear, oh dear. Oh, I'm stuck. Stuck. There we are. We've got lights there in the corner. Turn those on if you want to. It's a bit bright, to be fair. But alright, carry on. So we'll come down here. We'll spin it around. Come back out through the locker room. Like that. Now you've got this bit here. It's called Core Elevator. So it's open at the minute. So you go in, we'll call the elevator, and it takes you up. But we'll go in here first. We'll open up that door. So you've got a little bit of a kitchen area sort of thing on the go. And we'll go through that door. Got a little door to the outside if you want to. Open up that door. Bit of a mess room, because obviously this is a fire station. So you've got stairs upstairs. So what we'll do, we're going to go in here. So you've got core elevator. Look at that. That is ace. Ah, I'm stuck in the elevator. Hold on, let's spin round. Yeah, this is a bit of an issue. I'm now stuck in the elevator. Oh, there you are. I'm out. That's random. That is ace. I like that. Cool elevator. Obviously, you're probably going to have to wait for it. There you are. So in you go. Oh no, it's closing without me. In we go. Quick, get in quick, get in. There you are. Right. So you call elevators. So then where are we going next? Oh, it took us upstairs again. Oh, let me out. There you are. Right, so I've gone up to the 3rd floor now, to be fair. So come on there. You got a bit of a washroom, shower. And we'll come out of there like that. Go into there. Bit of another mess room. Some doors out onto the balcony. Well, they're not opening actually. Alright, fair enough. And we'll spin round. And we've got this big mess area. So in here we've got a couple of meeting rooms. We want to facilitate having a little meeting. Then we've got a little mess room kitchen in there. So that's another doorway to get into that big meeting room. You've got this big area out here, a bit sitting down. Obviously there's your mess kitchen. So what we'll do, we're going to come down the stairs onto the middle floor. Like that. So in here. Alright, where's that door? There we are. That's better. Some sleeping quarters. And you've got a bathroom in there. You want to go for a poo. And over the door there, over the road there, and that door, some more sleeping quarters. Because obviously, if you're a fireman on call, have a bit of a kip till the alarm goes off. Which is very nice indeed. So we'll come down here because there's one other thing, which is ace. We'll come down the stairs like that. We'll open up those doors. And we'll spin round here. Because it's right here. See that there? Option B. Turn siren on. Takes a bit of a while to get going. Dear oh dear. Obviously call your fire brigade because there's something on fire. So then the fire equipment comes shooting out of them garages. And then away you go. Oh, that is ace. We'll turn that off so we don't annoy the neighbours. But I do like that. That is very nice. You know, fitting that into your roleplay. I mean, you could even use that. What was it? Lizard Land Rover Defender, what we had the other day. The one that I went for the police one. You could have that as a search and rescue version. Get a couple in there. Oh, that's very nice for the roleplay. Love it. Right, next up is Modern Cow Barn and Garage Pack. This is by Kimilos0397, 10.32 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two in the construction menu, and the first one is going to be under animals and cows. So we'll scroll along to find. Oh, I've gone past it. Oh, there you are. There it is. It's going to hold 150 cows, going to cost you 120 grand. Then we'll go back up to buildings and sheds. We'll scroll along for that one as well. There it is, 30 grand. Obviously, that's just going to be a bit of a garage for you. So we'll come over here. We'll open up that door like that. So in you go. Put your feed and your straw in there. Close that back up. There we are. That's better. Open up that gate. If you want to facilitate mucking them out, close that back up. We can open up this door. Can we open up this door? No, we can't. I had that open earlier on. Alright. So this is where you take your milk out by the milk churns. And obviously the milk tanks are there. Then we'll come around here. We'll go down this end. Obviously past all these windows. And we'll get to the other end. Is where the action is. So you've got your slurry taken out point there. Oh, that stinks. Then you've got your animal dialogue box there. So 150 cows. Obviously, open up that gate if you want to facilitate backing your animals in. You can open up this door, obviously, for a bit of a drive-through on feeding your animals as well. And we'll come next door to the garage. So we'll open up this door like that. And we'll open up that one like that. Nice big area in there. Can open up these doors as well. A bit of a side on, and we'll go up to this light switch like that. Turn the lights on. Oh, that's a nice big shed, that is. Garage, shed, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I like those. Both of them. Nice little pack, that is. Alright, next up is Silo Leveler. This is by EY Modding, 0.85 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find these, as you can imagine, under levelers. So it's got a 2.6 meter working width, which is fine. We're not going to jump on the 3 meter bandwagon, because obviously this is a silage bunker leveler. You're quite confined with space with that, so we're not going to go too mad with it. 2,200 to buy, and then the options you got there under main colour. You go for whichever one you want. Yeah, you want to flatten out your silage pile. This will do nicely. Right, next up is Excavator Map. This is by North Modding Company, 1.12 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under miscellaneous. So it's going to cost you 1,100 to buy. And what this is for is if you're on soft or boggy land, you place this down to give you a bit of a hard surface to drive over. Oh, very nice. The options you got there are wires, yes or no. Now, if you have these wires on, it says on the website that you can pick it up with something that attaches to big bags. Oh, yeah, that's all right then. And you can also use it if you've got an excavator and a bucket, which is very nice. Then we'll come down to the main colour. Obviously, you pick whichever one you want to go for. Changes the main colour of that. Yeah, if you're on boggy land, obviously you don't want to sink in. Oh, I like that. Right, next up is the handcrafted Ripper. This is by Thomas96 Modding, 0.87 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under miscellaneous. So it requires 25 horsepower from your tractor. It's only got a 0.6 meter working width. Now the reason for that is this should be primarily used between olive groves and grapevines. Obviously, you're not going to get something massive between those because they're quite narrow anyway. 4 mile an hour working speed, 800 to buy. The option you got there to change the main colour, so you have black. I'm going to call that mustard, to be fair, rather than orange or yellow, because it's sort of in between. Or a red. Yeah, you go for whichever one you want. Now, this did prompt me to download the John Deere 50G mod. Obviously, I did download it, because why not? That's a great mod anyway. But if you get that, it should automatically download with it. Very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard Landscape Rake for Skid Steer. This is by Black Sheep Modding, 2.47 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this under Skid Steer Tools. So it's got a 3,000 litre capacity, 2.5 metre working width. Now, again, there's a lot of small equipment, but we'll calm it down because this is only going to go on a skid steer loader. So obviously you're not going to have something massive because it's only a little piece of equipment anyway. 9 mile an hour working speed, going to cost you 3 grand. But what this does is pick stones up off your field. Oh, that's interesting. 3,000 litre capacity. Ah, that's all right. You get your skid steer loader doing a bit of extra farm work. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard Crop Sensor. This is by Caster DS Agri Service, 5.44 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under miscellaneous. This has got a 12 mile an hour working speed. It's going to cost you, let's face it, 20 grand. 1999. It's 20 grand though, isn't it? The options you got there are, they ain't changed the colour, so you go for whichever one you want. Now, obviously, it's a crop sensor, so you are going to need the precision farming DLC to go with it. If you haven't got that, obviously, these become useless because this is what they're all linked into. So there's a hook up to the 3-point on the front of your tractor, and you unfold it, and it has a look to see how your weeds are doing. Ah, very nice. Next up is One Axle Trailer. This is by Kaztan18, 10.64 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this, as you can imagine, under trailers. So it starts off with a 5,453 litre capacity. 6,900 is the base one, but then we've got an optional extra already put on, 50. No, we'll take that off. That's better. So 6,900 to start with. Then change the capacity. So that puts it up to 9,906. Or a flatbed or bale trailer, or back to 5,453. And then you've got the usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres. Then come down to fenders, so you can have none, metal, plastic, or none. You change the main colour, we'll go with that. Changes the main frame. Design colour, we'll go for green, something a little different like that. And then rim colour, obviously does the rims. A nice little trailer that is. Nicely detailed. I like the pipes hanging out the bottom and the spare wheel hanging underneath. Oh, I like that. And see, you've got a trailer hitch on the back. Oh, that's all right. Right, next up is the Lizard Tac 10,500. This is by Senior Vertex Teak Modding. 14.16 megabyte on the download. You're going to find both of these on the Sugarcane Technology. So we've got two options. We've got the TAC 10,500 and then the Easy Discharge version. Both going to cost 28 grand. Both going to do 24,000 litres. But what's interesting about these two compared to the normal Sugarcane trailers is you can do potatoes, sugar beet, manure and grapes. And you don't normally do those with these sort of trailers, which is ace. So we go into this one because the options are basically the same. You've got your usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres. You go for whichever one you want. Then got old light model. So we'll spin it around like that. Got old light model 2, 3, light new model 1, 2, 3, or back to old light model. Then you've got wheel spacing, 2.5 metre, 3 metre, 3.5, or 2.5. So if you want a bit of extra stability whilst going through the field, you go for a slightly wider track on the axle. And you've got bucket decals, no, yes, or bucket can. Well, let's go back. Where's a bucket can? So you've got no, bucket can on the sides, can only. All right, where's the can only? I was just putting that plate in. So it's got bucket and the plate, or just a plate. Right, fair enough. Bucket can too. Can again, and then nothing. Then main colour, obviously. Oh, that's a different one. Oh, I like that. Then rim colour, obviously you do whatever you want. Fair enough. Now, obviously, the options are going to be the same on the second one as well. Now, the difference between them is, so this is the normal one. Now, to unload it, obviously, you do LB and right stick up and down. Obviously, moves it up like that. But obviously, you know, you go for, it's a bit more of a control over it like that. So when it gets up to the top, you then do left and right. But it's a bit more of a manual unload sort of thing. Whereas if we go into the easy discharge one, you do LB and pipe out, so that's LB and D down on the D-pad. It does it itself. I'm not pressing any buttons now. There you are, jobs are good, and we just pipe in and away it goes. So if we go back to that one, we have to do LB and right stick again, left and right, get it down like that, then up and down to slide it back down yourself. I mean, you may want to go for the manual option or go for the easy option. I say go for the easy option, but then that's just me. I like those. Very nice. Right, next up is the Lizard D838 and D848. This is by Hydraulic and Kaztan, 18.43 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these two on the Bell loaders. It's got the 838, which is the triple axle, and then the 848, which is the double axle. Obviously, £9,500 for the triple, and then 9,000 for the double. So we're going to the double first. We've got options there: floor, metal floor, wooden floor, or metal floor. So standard £9,000, and that just adds an extra 100 if you want it. And you've got railings, standard, front board and rear board, or standard. Wheel setups and narrow tyres, twins, or narrow 2, twin 2, narrow 3, twin 3, and then back to narrow. Main colour, you go for whichever one you want. Changes the frame underneath. Oh, I've gone on the wrong one. So design, the first one, we'll go and click on that. Does the main frame, and then rim colours, as you can imagine by the name, does the rims. And we'll come out of that and we'll go into the 838. Same options as before. Obviously, this has got 3 axles on it. Now, me personally, it's got a swivel axle on the front, and I am terrible at reversing them. But they do look good, though. Oh, the leaf springs underneath and everything. Oh, I like them. Very nice. Right, next up is the Roland Turbo 160. This is by Simulator Games and Pipic H. 12.54 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this on the trailers. So it's got a 14,000 litre capacity to start with, 18,700 to buy. And this is going to do pretty much every loose crop in the game, all bar grapes. Fair enough. Then you've got the option to change the capacity. So put it up to 16,000. Put it up to, no, that's the same as 16,000. Just takes the side off really, doesn't it? Okay. Then 18,400, 18,800, 22,800, 27,200, 27,300, then back to 14,000. So we go back up on that. Usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres. Then we can change the main colour. So we've got blue Roland or orange Roland. So we're already on blue, so we'll go with orange. What did that change then? Oh, it changes the axles underneath. Right, fair enough. And then design colour, we'll put it galvanised. That does the top parts. Oh, that's a nice trailer, that is. Right, next up is the Gyrex BMXL 200. This is by Agra Design Modding, 10.19 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it on the trailers. So it's got a 31,300 litre capacity, 48,500 to buy. The options you've got there can change the capacity. So it goes to 36,500, 42,000, or back to 31,300. You've got your usual shenanigans with the wheel bands and the tyres. Then got the option there, box, so without box, with box, or without. So puts that on the front there. Change the main colour, grey or black. Changes the frame, although grey or black, they're pretty much the same anyway. Design colour, red, yellow or black. Changes the accent parts on the extras. Then design colour, green or black, does the actual main body. Well, that looks alright in the black, actually. Yeah, I mean, this would do pretty much every loose cop in the game apart from the grapes like the previous trailer, but oh, I like that. Very nice. Next up is the Lizard GTF26. This is by Holtz FS, 6.49 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in two different sections. The GTF26 is under Auger Wagons, and then the GTF26 AT is under Miscellaneous. So we go into that one there. So this is going to do your usual grainage crops, shall we say. It'll also do seeds and solid fertilizer. So we'll go in there. 30,000 litre capacity, 7,800 to buy as standard. Then got configurations, standard or extension, puts up to 45,000 litres. Then we'll come out of that and we'll go into this. It is what it is, 800. Now, what you need to do, obviously that's how it comes standard at the shop. So you got the little, what's it called, the AF? No, the AT. So you book that onto the back of your tractor like that, onto the 3 points. You then reverse that into the actual trailer like that, hook it all up. And what you want to do, obviously you drive around and you got to the side of the field, and this is going to be sort of like a stationary auger dumping area, we'll call it that. You want to do LB, there we are, and A unfold. Like that. So then we'll do LB and left on the D-pad, takes the cover off, and you just detach it, and then away you go. Obviously you're harvesting your field, you come past, you load it all in, job's a good one, and then at the end of the day you come back around and reverse back into it like so. There you are. You do LB and A, fold it all up so it puts the pipes back in, folds the wheels out, and then off you go. Obviously you put your cover back on like that, and away. Oh, that's nice. I like that. Yeah. Right, next up is the TF140PB95. This is by SMI Modding Team, 13.32 megabyte on the download. You're going to find these in two different places. So the PB95 is under bale loaders, and then the animal version, as you can imagine, is under animal transport. So if we go into the PB95, so obviously this is going to be for your bale loading shenanigans. 20 grand to buy. The options you got there are base bed, front rail and rear rail, log transport kit or base bed. Then we'll put those on like that. You've got the auto load option if you've got the bed rails on, no or yes. Obviously yes. Then you got the main colour, you go for whichever one you want. Oh, stainless steel, yes. Design colour, put that as red, does the lettering down the side, and then rim colour, obviously chrome, why not? Then we'll come across to the animal ones. It's going to do 12 cows, 20 pigs, 23 sheep, and 6 horses. Got the same colour options as before, so we'll do the same as before. Design colour, we'll go with red like that. Rim colour, go chrome. Oh, that's alright, that is. A little bit of animals and a little bit of hay on the go. Yeah, very nice. Right, next up is the Mandaco Storm S4020. This is by JA Modding, 17.35 megabyte on the download. You're going to find this on the disc harrows. So this is going to require 400 horsepower. That's quite a tasty medium tractor, to be fair, but it has got a 12.2 metre working width, which is very nice indeed. 7 mile an hour working speed is going to cost you 70 grand. The option you got there is main colour. You can have black or green. Oh, I'm liking the green actually. That looks very nice. Yeah, 12.2. Oh, that's all right. Right, next up is the Lizard XT2. This is by Centro, 4.97 megabyte on the download. You're going to find it under bale loaders. It's going to require 150 horsepower from your tractor. Although, to be fair, it's just a trailer, which is a bit strange, but all right, carry on. 16 grand to buy. Usual shenanigans on the go with the wheel brands and the tyres. And you come down to designs, you've got standard or separator. So you want to make it easier for loading your bales on. Obviously, this is going to do round bales and square bales. Although, to be fair, the framework is set up for round bales, mind you. And it's going to do 46 125 centimetre ones, 34 150 centimetre, 26 180 centimetre ones. So yeah, I personally think it's round bales, but alright. That being said, this is a little something different, mind you. I mean, it's got the swivel axle on the front, so it's going to be a bit difficult for reversing. But I do like it though. That looks ace. Right, the last mod for the day is something that's been anticipated for quite a while, to be fair. This is the Lizard 320 Excavator. It's by North Modding Company, 17.46 megabyte on the download, and you're going to find the Excavator itself under miscellaneous vehicles, and then the Excavator bucket under miscellaneous again. So we'll go into the actual digger itself. Oh, that's ace. 173 horsepower, 3 mile an hour top speed, although it's a digger. They're not exactly running around a racetrack. 230 grand to buy. You got the option there of track sounds, yes or no. I'll leave that on because obviously it adds to the whole game there, doesn't it? You then got the option there of top part, design 1, 2, or 1. So just puts the extra bit out the back, although it doesn't change the horsepower, just adds 12 grand onto the price tag. All right, fair enough. Then you got extra front mirror, no or yes. That puts that up by the front window. You got beacon configuration, none, 1, puts a light bar on, 2, or none. You got safety railings. This is round this side like that. Standard, design 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or standard. Then you got side steps. That's round this side like that. Standard, 1, 2, or standard. You got design again, no or yes. So that puts that bit around the back, a sort of protective railing around that exhaust hatch, really. And then we come down to extra cab lights, no or yes, puts a light bar on the top. Well, that looks all right. Then we come down to lizard decals, yes or no. Then you got hydraulic thumb, no or yes. Puts that there on the front. And then we come down to wheel setups. You got standard, track claws, rubber pads, or standard. Those track claws are case. Then you got main color. You go for whichever one you want. Changes the main body. Design color will match it up. Does the main arm. Design color again. We'll go for something different. Changes the inner parts of the tracks. Design color again. Does the cab. Rim color. We'll go with a green. Changes the tracks itself. That's giving you a headache already. I can see it. Giving me one anyway. Now, obviously it's a digger, so we'll start it up, which is fair enough. You know, you got the usual shenanigans on the go with it all. Now, to mount the bucket on the front, you need to have it in this sort of configuration, because when it comes out the shop, it's turned the other way around. So if we do that, we'll do LB and right stick, lift it up like that. LB and right RB together, and right stick left and right. There you are. So then we'll just drive up to it a little bit like that, and then we should get the trigger like that. Press A, it's all attached. Away you go, digging away. Usual controls like you would do on some sort of crane for forestry, mind you. If you do LB and RB together and right stick up and down, that puts that thumb down. Yeah. Oh, I like that. I mean, this would be great on that. What was the map? Was it Piney Run? With the big pile of stones at the top of the map? This would go on there very nicely. Oh, love it. Right, I've got quite a few updates as well. We've got a medium and small garage by Matej Mods. We've got the Lizard F600 V8 truck 1961 by Farm Central Soul, FHZ and Cola Modding. We've got small garage by Matej Mods. We've got the Unia Turpack by Hadgedale Mods and QWERTY. We've got the MAN TGX 26640 HKL by Farmer 22. We've got the Schluter 2500 VL by MTL Modding Team. We've got the Auto Load Pack by Browley Christie 1 VSR Modding Sir. We've got the Case IH Luxem Series by Blower. We've got the SIP Favorite 254 by Privet and Oldham Farm. We've got liftable pallets and big bags by Yoss, and in particular they've added pallet for crops and a fillable pallet with different capacities. Oh, that's interesting. We've got stone walls by Top Ace 888. Got the liftable bales pack by Yoss, and in particular on that, they've added liftable bales that you can buy from the shop. Oh, that's nice. And we've also got an update for the Frankenmuth farming map by Taylor Farms. And it does say a new save is required, so old saves will not work without errors. So if you are playing on that map and you want to update, you are going to need to have a new save game on it. Alright, so this is the current testing list that Giants are working on. We've only got one on there for console, but you know, that's all right. We'll never know what's going to come out because we've had some with none on there and we've had a few out the next day. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. So that's your mods done for the day. Drop it in the comments below. Which one was your favourite? We'll see what people are looking at. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. It's muchly appreciated. But for me, that's it for today. And I'll see you in the next one.